Hello everyone and welcome back to the KMT Traders channel. So this is the full market analysis volume 27. We're going to be looking at all of our charts and giving you guys some of the insights of our pairs, and obviously I hope you get some good value out for this trading week. So we have a few pairs I want to leave for tomorrow, so that's gold, Euro USD and USD JPY. Reason for that, we just have a little want to talk a bit more about those three pairs. So we'll just start off with New Zealand dollar to the US dollar. Okay, so with this pair, we've had that, pretty much that huge push to the upside. We had this sort of retracement here, which is a nice rejection at the 618 fib, and now, this week here that we've had last week, we've had the break of this current high here. So all I'm entitling is basically see if we can continuate this momentum to the upside. I do think we still have a lot more room to push higher. So if I were to give you some sort of projections, I will be looking at either this range, which lies quite nicely with the 0.71 in line with the 1.618. So this range to this level here. So if we take this down here, so to 0.70. So 0.71 to 0.7. Okay, so pretty much that's where I think price could head into. If we could aim into this region, we could start to see weakness here. So again, make sure you're picking the best opportunities to buy from. But in terms of targets and projections, I'm looking to see price can get into this area. And see if we can continuate this momentum up. RSI is showing some divergence here, so this is why after price gets into this area, price could really make a drop to the downside or take some sort of correction just to account for all of this push to the upside here. Again, like I mentioned previously, in all of the analysis videos, is that the market needs to make these retracements in order to make those healthy pushes and trends, and it's just part of how the markets move, I guess. So moving on to AUD USD. Now I'm looking at this area here as a big congestion, and I hope you can see this as well. Pretty much there's a very choppy price action behavior here, and if you were to get into this mix and muddle here, it would have been quite difficult. So if you did get any trades there and you got stopped out, don't worry. This is just part of a market condition. So where I think price is heading to is to the downside, and in particular I'm looking at this region here, so just above 0.71. So to be precise, the 0.71 140. So I want to see price push into this level, completely take it out, and again, we'll come to this pair once price does make that break. But I'll be looking for something like this after the break to the downside here, something like that, and a retest. Of course, we need to see exactly how price action plays out in this area, because if we get a big wick here, you could understand that potentially this could be a possible support, and we could be headed up to 0.74 again. So something just to keep an eye out. But I am looking to see price pushes to the downside. So if we do get another opportunity, or if this idea doesn't work out, or if price manages to break to the upside out of this range, what I'll be looking out for is 0.74, and again, literally all you need to see is a break to the upside, and if we do, we will obviously give you an update for this in case this does happen. But if price does make this move, we'll be looking at something like this. So I'm giving you a plan B scenario, but again, I'm thinking price is heading to the downside following this downfall here, and going against the market trend, which most retail traders would have got long here. Possibly put their stop loss orders here. So I can see this being a big liquidity spike here, and equally at the top side here. So I'm not really too fussed what's going to happen, because we're going to capitalize on both sides. So USD JPY we're going to look at in more detail tomorrow. Euro JPY, I'm looking at this to continue to drop a little bit further more. I was looking at this region here. This is just the 618 fib of this move here. So if I just quickly draw that out for you guys, just as a recap, or it comes to about 0.5. So roughly it's 123.00 is roughly, a nice cycle level. So I'm waiting for price to get into this level, potentially even lower to 122. We'll see exactly what happens. But yeah, looking at how last week played off, huge sell-off momentum. Could see price continue to push lower. I want to see, price make a little retracement up. So could be looking at this resistance level before we go lower and see how price reacts with this sort of selling condition from last week. So, a good strong sell-off from the last couple of days, as you can see here. Pretty much taking out all of these levels in this zone. So there were some good opportunities to take if you are a breakout trader. Excuse me, if you are a retest trader, these are the setups that you have to wait for. So, with the retest, you don't have to rush your ideas, trade ideas. You have to take it a bit more conservative. So CAD JPY, I'm looking at this at the same thing as well. I'm going to look for some more sell-off conditions if possible. We could start off the week with a nice retracement, just to make this downtrend a bit more healthy. Possibly to test this zone here. So possibly at 0.8, sorry, 80.00. Nice psychological level, and see if we can push further. And I'm targeting below in this yellow range here, so 77.8. And I want to see price get into this and possibly touch further lower. So I'm thinking that's where price could head into. New Zealand dollar to the Japanese yen. I'm looking at this as strong momentum to the upside here, which you can see here. Multiple rejections here. You can see a nice sell-off here from, a nice level of support here, and it ties in well with this very strong support level that we've got. So pretty much that would have been a great buying opportunity. I do believe it was early in the morning, so if you did get that, then yeah, fair enough. But yeah, pretty much all I'm looking out for is price to make its way and see if it can push higher than 72. And we can see how price is a bit sensitive right now. And if we draw a fib, I think this is a double touch onto the 618, just short off the 618 on the double touch. So we've got some nice support and nice confluences here. So we'll see exactly if price can push higher. I will be keeping my eyes peeled for any pushes to the upside, especially if we can get above 72. Moving on to AUD JPY. Same thing again. I'm looking at if this can push higher into 79 or 78.5. But I'm getting close to my switch and my bias. So if we do go lower than this, I'm going to have to look for a sell bias and something like this with the retest. We'll of course give you an update if this does happen. But pretty much I want to stay aware of this zone. So this is just above 75.5, and we got some nice support here. So if we do break lower than this, and it's important that the price action closes below. If that doesn't happen, or if we get some whips, it could be just a false break to the downside, or just a liquidity move. So just be careful with that. But again, I'm waiting for this move to the upside, and yeah, we'll see exactly how price plays out. USD chef, now we've been stuck in this range. I've been waiting for this to show some signs of some stronger movements. So we could be looking at something like this if we break to the upside, or if we break to the downside. Similar situation, just reversed. So reverse to the downside. So yeah, what I'm trying to draw here. So yeah, break to the downside, and pretty much a retest of the zone. So same zone from last week, sell off into this area. So hope you can see that this is a nice range bound market here. And with your zones, you don't have to be that precise. You just have to make sure that your confluences are enough and you stick by your reasons for buying or selling. So the bottom zone is roughly at 0.900, and the top half is roughly at 0.915. So if your zones are anywhere between them, that's pretty much where I'm looking at to buy or sell from. And a similar situation with USD CAD. We can see price, breaking out of our intraday uptrend, seeing that we're in some sort of sensitivity price move in here, so we do have a lot of cluster price action here. Hope you can see that fake breakouts to the upside and to the downside. So all I'm looking at is at 1.315 for a possible break and closure to the downside and push lower, or if we look at 1.325, push to the upside, retest and push higher. So that they're the options that I'm looking at and keeping aware of all throughout this week. So like I said, we'll cover gold, Euro USD, and USD JPY for tomorrow. Again, we do have a trading group that you can join. That link is in the description. Like I said, it's all about helping you and pretty much take as much as you can from what we share in that group. It's all there for you guys to help along with your trading journey. We also do have a premium trading group as well. This is where you get to access all of our trades as well. So if you do want to join that group, feel free to message us on our Instagram at KMTRADERS or Telegram. All the links are in the description below, so go ahead and check that out for more information, guys. So of course, if you've made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you very much for listening, guys. Make sure you're subscribed, and we'll see you guys all in tomorrow's video where we look at gold, Euro USD, and USD JPY.